Choosing to Challenge and Women Power. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of The Ordinary Maverick. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick sharing real life thoughts and experiences and maverick tips. Request you to please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss another episode going forward. The last 18 months or so have not only brought out our vulnerabilities as a human race as we battled to survive against the COVID virus and a pandemic that's spared no one. It also brought out more strongly the inherent challenges that women face all over the world. The last few months, we have heard about the crisis in Afghanistan and the rights of women for education. There have been many platforms, forums, and countless discussions and debates about gender rights. And this year's International Women's Day theme was Choose to Challenge. A challenged world is an alert world. Individually, we are all responsible for our thoughts and actions, all day, every day. And we can all choose to challenge, right? We all need to do our part to help forge a gender equal world. While we definitely need to call out inequality, we also need to celebrate women's achievements. One of the biggest challenges, apart from many, is ensuring that women are at the table for decision making and have equal opportunity to contribute, to share, to learn, and to grow and lead. Thinking about it and bringing in my perspective, so much of one's worldview depends on your surroundings, your childhood, events that shape you, and people that influence you. I grew up surrounded by strong women. Reflecting back, my mother, her mother, my maternal great aunts, my sisters, my mother's friends, all very strong women. And when I say strong, I mean strong in mind, in spirit, firm in their convictions, and confident. In days when girls were not educated, my mom completed her master's and also her teacher's training. Of course, it's also because of the immense support she received from her family as well as my dad. She went on and fulfilled several jobs as a teacher, as a principal, as a mentor, and an auto rickshaw or a tuk tuk driver. Okay, there's a bit of story here as well. It was in the 70s. My mom had decided that we four needed to get the best education in a convent school, which was a good 70 kilometers away from our village. My dad stayed back in the village to look after our farm and livestock, while mom, along with us, moved to a close by small town which had the only convent school in the area. Our school was a good 20 kilometers from our small town home. Transport was an issue. No school buses then, and we had to depend on a horse cart or a cycle three-wheeler rickshaw to reach school. We had to get to school at 7 a.m. Every day was a struggle to reach school on time. We were late very often and had to stand out in the sun as a punishment. It was very embarrassing for us. We were the only ones seen standing outside with our heads down. We kind of became famous, or should I say infamous, for never being on time at school. It affected our work, our self-esteem, our confidence, so much so that we wanted to stop going to school. Well, my mother had it by then and decided to do something about it. Mom and dad decided to invest and buy an auto rickshaw or, a tuk tuk. In that era, cars were very difficult to come by, limited production, supplies, not to mention they were expensive as well. In the 70s, when in a small town, Indian women predominantly were homemakers, never to be seen out of home, mom decided to learn driving the tuk tuk we had acquired, and the rest is history. She decided to find a solution, take action, and follow through. We are what we are today because of such a strong woman and a supportive dad in our lives. She is now over 80, and over the years, she has never let age be a barrier to whatever she wanted to do. She taught herself palmistry, is an accomplished poetess and a painter, very creative and does many handicrafts. And her handicraft hangs across several households in the world. And my sisters have accomplished no less. Both have held successful jobs, made a name for themselves in their respective career fields, and have families and are also proud homemakers. That was through my childhood, but it carried its impact as I met and married another strong woman, who also comes from a family of accomplished women. My mother in law, my wife's grandmother, aunts, cousins, the list is long. And I have two daughters, both also moving forward in their respective career choices. A common thread running across all their lives is choice. It's freedom. The choice to live and explore as they wish. The freedom to do so and yet be sure that they are protected, surrounded by love and care. Should anything go wrong, there's a safety net. Isn't that the key? Choices and safety nets? I would like us to challenge ourselves. Ask the question, have we facilitated the growth of choices and are we part of a safety net for our near and dear ones, including, of course, the women in our lives? It's easier said than done, right? Even today, with all the years and years of raising this issue, we see the inequalities all around us. Women receiving less pay for the same work they do, not getting promotions as they deserve, needing to put in much more at work to be recognized, balancing both home and work, oftentimes without the care and consideration they deserve. And you know what? Family is at the core of all this. It's where it all begins, and it's where the difference can be made. We are living in a world where families are changing, and we need to change too. Let me share another of my experiences, which I am sure you may have faced or may have experienced it at some point in time. We are, like celebrating our younger daughter's new job, and she takes us out for an evening out to dinner. At the end of the dinner, my daughter asks for the check or, the bill. Our waitress comes back and almost out of habit gives me the check. I was the man in an all women group. I give her a smile and I tell her that it's my daughter's treat and that she will be paying. This entire episode is very minor in terms of, its overall impact, but it speaks volumes where we are and where we still need to go. And if this can happen in a developed country, what about the rest of the world? It's been said that we are in a watershed moment for gender equality. We need to act now. The more we wait, the more the long-term effects of lack of economic opportunities, education, and so many aspects will be hugely detrimental to our collective growth and well-being. It's interlinked too. Improving gender parity in education helps build our talent pools, with more and more women entering these pools. But then, gender parity needs to be addressed in economic opportunities too. Ensuring equal pay, the gender dynamics of future jobs and promotions, the balance between care and careers, and inclusive work dynamics, creating supportive workspaces. Today, as a father of two girls, I lend my voice. I choose to challenge and upend the status quo. I discuss business strategy with my younger daughter and academics, research, public health with my elder one. Yes, we have the most interesting discussions on the same. I see both achieving great success in life. The thought that they may not be able to do so just because they are girls is simply unacceptable. Maybe it's because of these feelings that I subconsciously gravitated towards making key shifts in my career. Leaving behind a so-called lucrative corporate career, I today work in the development sector. And interestingly so, my entire work has been about the the realization of women's right, of ensuring no woman dies during childbirth, of ensuring all women have access to quality health care. And right now, I'm working with the most dynamic group of women leading the Violence Against Women program in India. It's a long, winding road, but I do know we are on the right path. So, I will leave you all, my fellow Mavericks, with a request and a thought. Choose to challenge. Make it your way. Making sure in our own Maverick families we continuously strive to celebrate the women in our life and also to raise our voice when we see this is not the case. Write in your comments, share your feedback. I would love to hear from you. This is Ajay signing off, wishing you have an amazing day. Keep well, stay safe.